welcome you all once again on your favorite platform, Chariot Tutorials. So today we are going to cover one more very interesting topic of chemistry for class 10th, and the topic is the types of chemical reaction. Alright, so today basically we are going to cover these topics. At the end of the lecture you will get to know these topics. So first of all, we are going to understand about what is a chemical reaction. See, our main topic is types of chemical reaction. So we must understand that what is chemical reaction. What changes in a substance occur when we say that it is undergoing a chemical change. It means a chemical reaction is occurring or a physical change is occurring. And how to identify a reaction. That same thing again, that when any substance is undergoing any change, then how will you say that is it undergoing a physical change or a chemical change? What are the factors that are needed to define? Means the parameters you can say to say that whether the substance is undergoing a chemical change or any chemical reaction has taken place. Then we will understand some real life examples. See, we all are surrounded by chemistry. Everything is chemistry. Our atmosphere, we ourselves, our cellular structure, our molecular structure, everything is chemistry. So in our daily life there are a lot of chemical reactions taking place. So we will see some of the basic real life example that we see in our daily life, the chemical reactions that are taking place. Then we will understand our main topic, the types of chemical reaction, and we will explain all the types of chemical reaction in detail. So there are basically 5 types of chemical reaction that will be discussed in detail, each of them with the examples, right? Combination, first is the combination reaction, then decomposition, then displacement reaction, then double displacement, and the last but not least is the redox reaction. Then our last topic will be endothermic and exothermic reaction. These are not any types of reaction, these are just the characteristic of a reaction. Whether any reaction is endothermic or exothermic. We will discuss it later, that what is exothermic, what is endothermic, what are these 5 types of reaction, how they take place, how we will get to know that which type of reaction is taking place. Alright, so be with me till the end of the lecture. So let's begin with today's lecture, and today we will first of all cover that what is a chemical reaction. What is a chemical reaction? It is a change, a chemical change, when one or more substances undergoes chemical change and get converted into 2 or more or one single completely another substance. That is called a chemical reaction. So in simple words, when one or more substances undergo chemical change and get converted into completely different substance, that is called a chemical reaction. That is when we say that a chemical reaction has occurred. A chemical change has taken place. Alright, so we can say कि chemical reaction क्या होती है कि जब एक या एक से ज़्यादा substance में chemical change होता है और वो substance एक completely different substance में फॉर्म हो जाता है, मतलब वो अपनी फॉर्म चेंज कर लेता है और एक कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट सब्सटेंस बन जाता है, तब हम कहते हैं कि इसमें केमिकल रिएक्शन हुई है या केमिकल चेंज हुआ है. दिस इज अ केमिकल रिएक्शन. ऑलराइट, तो अब इसमें 2 चीजें हुई. पहले तो जो सब्सटेंस था अब वो दूसरा सब्सटेंस बन गया. फिर पहले ये ब्लैक मार्कर था. ऑलराइट, ये ब्लैक मार्कर था, इट इज अ ब्लैक मार्कर. अब इसमें केमिकल रिएक्शन हुई, तो अब undergoes a chemical change process and then it become green marker, right? Then it became green marker. तो क्या हुआ, पहले ये ब्लैक मार्कर था और अब ये ग्रीन मार्कर बन गया है. तो इसके बीच में जो प्रोसेस हुई वो थी केमिकल रिएक्शन, वो था केमिकल चेंज, एंड ये पूरा प्रोसेस एक केमिकल रिएक्शन है. तो इसका मतलब अब इसमें 2 चीजें हैं. देखिए, पहले substance that undergoes a chemical change, तो ये इसमें केमिकल चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, तो इसका मतलब हम इसे रिएक्टेंट बोलेंगे. रिएक्टेंट इज दैट सब्सटेंस दैट अंडरगोज अ केमिकल चेंज और अ केमिकल रिएक्शन टू प्रोड्यूस अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट. नाउ दिस इज द न्यू प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम द ग्रीन मार्कर, तो इट इज कॉल्ड द प्रोडक्ट. ये प्रोडक्ट है. तो केमिकल रिएक्शन में हमारी 3 चीजें होती है। पहला हमारा रिएक्टेंट दैट विल अंडरगो केमिकल चेंज, दूसरा हमारा प्रोडक्ट द रिजल्ट ऑफ द केमिकल रिएक्शन, एंड तीसरा द लास्ट इज जो केमिकल प्रोसेस इसके बीच में हुआ है। मतलब कुछ तो प्रोसेस होंगे ना, इसके एटम्स में, मॉलिक्यूल्स में कुछ नए बॉन्ड्स बने होंगे, कुछ पुराने बॉन्ड्स टूटे होंगे। तो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट लीड्स टू अ केमिकल रिएक्शन। ऑलराइट, सो होप यू ऑल हैव अंडरस्टूड। नाउ लेट्स सी। ऑलराइट, so the thing is, what is a chemical reaction? When any substance, for example it is a black substance, anything will undergo a chemical change. Undergo chemical change means some of its bonds or atomic structure में change आएगा इसके, some of its old bonds will be broken and new bonds will be formed, and now it has become a totally new substance after undergoing a chemical change. Are you getting it? तो क्या हुआ, ये हमारा रिएक्टेंट हो गया, एंड ये जो हमें फाइनल आफ्टर द केमिकल रिएक्शन रिजल्ट ऑब्टेन हुआ है, ये हमारा प्रोडक्ट हो गया। ऑलराइट, so a simple way of saying a chemical reaction is this reactant gives this product. This arrow represents the chemical change that is occurring. It can be of many types, and that many types only we are going to discuss, and on the basis of these changes, that what kind of chemical change is going on, the types of chemical reactions are classified. Alright, so reactant undergoes chemical change to give a new product. Now reactant के bonds break होते हैं. Alright, इसके bonds are broken. Old bonds are broken. Bonds are broken and new bonds are also formed. Alright. But one most important thing that you have to remember is that no new or outer atom or molecule is going to come to form a new product. Means whatever there is inside the reactant, only those bonds, atoms, molecules will undergo changes. Alright, either the bonds will be broken, either the new bonds are formed, the atomic structure, molecular structure is going to change, but no any other molecule is going to add in this if it is not a part of reactant. It cannot enter in this chemical reaction to form a new product. Right? No new atoms are added or subtracted from the reactant to form a new product. Only this reactant is going to undergo several chemical changes like bonds formation, breaking of bonds, atomic structural changes. Then only the new product is going to form. No new atoms are added or subtracted. So this is all about a chemical reaction. Now we are going to discuss, after as we all have understood about what is a chemical reaction, how it takes place, what are the components, that is reactant and product. Now we know all about it. So now we are going to see there are always some physical identification whenever a chemical reaction takes place. There are along with the chemical changes, some physical changes also takes place. Because as a product, as we have taken the example earlier, that this black marker was converted into green marker. So how we came to know that the reaction, a chemical reaction has taken place? By the change of the color, right? So all these changes are visible whenever any chemical reaction takes place. So now we are going to see that how we can identify that whether a chemical reaction has taken place or not. So how to identify a chemical reaction? This is totally based on the physical changes that are appeared to us, that are visible to us. So now there are some parameters that I already explained to identify that whether a chemical reaction has taken place or not. How we can identify that? So let's see, if I am going to write some points. I am going to explain some points to you. If any one of these or all of these are visible, are occurring, then definitely it is a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction has taken place if any of these or even either one of these or all of these are taking place. Then we have to be sure that a chemical reaction has taken place. Firstly, if change of state has taken place. You see in any substance the state is changing. Like we can say in camphor, sublimation occurs. The solid camphor stick or incense stick is converted directly into gaseous state. There also chemical change takes place. Ice, melting of ice, freezing of water, right? Vaporization of water, precipitation of water, condensation of water. All of these are chemical changes, right? Second is change of color. Change of color. One very basic example that you all might have seen. In our homes we have copper utensils, right? In all of our homes have copper utensils. So you see there the copper utensils are cleaned. When they are new, they are very shiny, right? They shines a lot because of their luster property as they are metal. So, but as they are kept, wherever they are kept, after a few days, if you will see that same utensil, you will see a green color coating on it. A green color coating, then you say that it has become dirty. That is the oxidation. So here we can observe a chemical reaction. Oxidation reaction of copper has taken place. And how are we identifying it? By seeing the change in color of copper. So there are a lot more examples of change of color to observe the chemical reaction. There are many chemical reactions in which the color of the product is changed. The main observation is the change of color. Now the next is change of temperature. If any chemical reaction takes place, sometimes the temperature is changed. Sometimes when the product is formed, a large amount or a few amount of heat is evolved. But sometimes when the reaction takes place, we need to provide the heat, like burning of magnesium, right? We burn magnesium. In this burning process of magnesium, the magnesium turns into white ash. That is a different thing, but we are giving the heat. So that reaction is called as endothermic reaction, in which we provide heat to the reactant to proceed the further reaction and make the product. That is endothermic reaction. But there are some reactions that are so vigorous, that involve a lot amount of heat. Those reactions are called exothermic reaction. We will discuss the examples of these in detail ahead, right? So these are the observation where we observe the change of temperature. So if you observe the change of temperature, we say that yeah, a chemical reaction has taken place. Next point is evolution of gas. A lot more examples where different gases are released when the products are formed. So that is also a characteristic of a chemical reaction. If any evolution of gas is occurring, that means a chemical reaction has taken place. Now the last point is formation of precipitate. Precipitate, you know? What is precipitate? You know precipitation? Whenever there is a formation of precipitate, we say that yes, a chemical reaction has taken place. So I was asking you that what is a precipitate? So precipitate is basically an insoluble solid product that is formed in a reaction and that settles down at the bottom of the vessel. And while the rest of the products are dissolved and are in a soluble form, right? So the insoluble solid product that is formed is called precipitate. There we will see further a lot of examples of chemical reaction in which the precipitate is formed, right? So these are the pointers, or you can say parameters, that define whether a chemical reaction has taken place or not. If any of these are present, either one of these or all of these are present, definitely a chemical reaction has taken place, right? So now, as we have discussed what is a chemical reaction, how to identify a chemical reaction, have you ever wondered in our day-to-day life how many chemical reactions we are seeing? We are surrounded by a lot of chemical reactions. In our body itself, a lot of chemical reactions are going on. In plants, in this atmosphere, in our food, cooking of food, in degradation of any waste, right? In a lot of things. So now let me discuss some of the daily life examples of chemical reaction that we see very normally. First is rusting of iron. Have you seen the rust of iron? It is not a single day process. It is a very long time process. Rusting is basically the oxidation of iron. When iron is released in the atmosphere, it is slowly getting oxidized. Oxygen reacts with the iron surface. The surface of the iron, oxygen is reacting with the molecules of the iron, and it is getting deposited over the iron, resulting in change in its color and the formation of rust. Now, second example is curdling of milk. Nowadays we have summer season. If you left the milk without boiling in the open atmosphere at the room temperature in this summer season, even the boiled milk also, if you will leave it for a long time in the room temperature, you will see there is curdling of milk. दूध फट जाता है हमारा, फटना, curdling means दूध का फट जाना. आपने देखा होगा अगर आप दूध को छोड़ देते हैं तो दूध फट जाता है गर्मी के मौसम में. So this is also chemical reaction. Actually क्या होता है, लैक्टोज शुगर जो होती है उस पर बैक्टीरिया एक्ट करता है. लैक्टोज शुगर पे बैक्टीरिया एक्ट करता है जिसकी वजह से मिल्क का स्ट्रक्चर completely चेंज हो जाता है. तो इट इज ऑल्सो केमिकल रिएक्शन. एंड यू कैन सी, as I already discussed, the oxidation of copper. You must all have seen that, right? कॉपर के बर्तन क्या होता है, ग्रीन कलर की कोटिंग आ जाती है उसके ऊपर. अब उसको साफ करना भी बहुत मुश्किल होता है. अब इसको हम साफ कैसे कर सकते हैं, इसमें कौन कौन सी रिएक्शंस होती हैं, एसिड बेस का इसमें कॉन्सेप्ट होता है जो कि हम एसिड एंड बेस वाले चैप्टर में डिस्कस करेंगे. ऑल राइट. डाइजेशन ऑफ फूड. द फूड वी ईट is digested through our alimentary canal, right? We will discuss it in biology section of course, but yeah, a lot of chemical reaction takes place. एंजाइम्स होते हैं हमारी बॉडी में, आपने सुना होगा. एंजाइम्स होते हैं जो कि मेटाबॉलिज्म करते हैं. तो मेटाबॉलिज्म क्या है, ऑल द केमिकल रिएक्शंस दैट अकर इनसाइड अ ह्यूमन बॉडी, इनसाइड अ लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म इज कॉल्ड मेटाबॉलिज्म. सो वहां भी बहुत सारी केमिकल रिएक्शंस होती हैं. दूसरा हम और क्या एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं डेली लाइफ में केमिकल रिएक्शंस का, फोटोसिंथेसिस. ऑफ कोर्स फोटोसिंथेसिस, राइट. So these are some of the very common examples of chemical reaction where chemical reactions are taking place in our daily life surrounding. So now we will study and see some examples about the displacement reaction. For the displacement reaction, one very important thing is reactivity series. It is very important for the displacement as well as for double displacement also. See, in this reactivity series, there is a list of these elements: potassium, sodium, calcium, barium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver and gold. Now these are arranged from the most reactive to the least reactive. It means the sodium at the top is the most reactive, then potassium at the top is the most reactive, then sodium, calcium and the rest of the elements in this arranged order, right? So why this reactivity series is required? See, for example, if potassium wants to react with any salt of sodium, like potassium wants to react with NaCl, then only potassium has the capability to displace the sodium from the chloride ion and form potassium chloride salt. Calcium doesn't have that capability. Even the rest, any other element doesn't have the capability to displace the chloride ion from sodium to make its own salt. So this is reactivity series. Means the most reactive will be able to displace the least reactive element from its salt and make a new salt or compound in order to perform the displacement reaction. तो इसीलिए reactivity series बहुत जरूरी है. मतलब क्या होता है कि जो ज्यादा रिएक्टिव होगा, जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जांपल में भी बोला था, मैंने बैरियम क्लोराइड और सोडियम का एग्जांपल लिया था जिसमें हमारा सोडियम क्लोराइड बन गया था. तो ऐसा क्यों हुआ था? क्योंकि सोडियम आप देखिए इस रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज में ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है बैरियम से, इसीलिए सोडियम डिस्प्लेस कर पाया था क्लोराइड आयन को बैरियम से और उसने खुद क्लोराइड क्लोरीन के साथ बॉन्ड बना लिया था, सोडियम क्लोराइड फॉर्म कर लिया था, बैरियम इसीलिए डिस्प्लेस हो गया था. तो यही है रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज और इसी के बेसिस पे पूरा हम डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन की स्टडी करते हैं. अब देखो यहाँ पे मैंने एग्जांपल लिखा हुआ है. आयरन जो है वो रिएक्ट कर रहा है कॉपर सल्फेट सॉल्ट के साथ जो कि एक्वस है. आयरन हमारा सॉलिड स्टेट में है. कॉपर सल्फेट एज यू नो ब्लू कलर का होता है. अब आप बताइए इस रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज के बेसिस पे क्या आयरन में कैपेबिलिटी है कि वो कॉपर सल्फेट में से कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस करके फेरस सल्फेट सॉल्ट बना पाए? देखिए आप, ये Cu प्लस है, Fe प्लस है, SO4 माइनस है, मतलब Fe2 प्लस है, Cu2 प्लस है, SO4 माइनस है. तो क्या आयरन का डिसोसिएशन तो हो जाएगा. लेकिन क्या आयरन के पास कैपेबिलिटी है कि वो कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस करके सल्फेट के साथ सॉल्ट बना पाए? तो देखिए आयरन यहाँ पे है और कॉपर और नीचे है. इसका मतलब आयरन ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है कॉपर से. इसका मतलब ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन प्रोसीड करेगी और ये आयरन इस कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस कर देगा और सल्फेट के साथ सॉल्ट बना लेगा जो कि एक लाइट ग्रीन कलर का सॉल्ट हमें ऑब्टेन हो जाएगा. तो ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन प्रोसीड करेगी. अब अगर हम इस रिएक्शन को रिवर्स करके देखें, जैसे कि अगर हमारे पास फेरस सल्फेट सॉल्ट है एक्वस सॉल्यूशन में और इसके साथ अब कॉपर रिएक्ट करने जा रहा है, तो आप देखिए ना कॉपर नीचे है, क्या वो आयरन को डिस्प्लेस कर भी पाएगा? नहीं कर पाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि वो कम रिएक्टिव है. कॉपर इज लेस रिएक्टिव देन आयरन. तो इसका मतलब आयरन और सल्फेट के बॉन्ड्स हमेशा स्ट्रांग ही रहेंगे. कॉपर कुछ नहीं कर सकता उसका. कॉपर कैन नॉट डिस्प्लेस आयरन because iron is more reactive and it is more strongly associated with sulfate. तो ferrous sulfate salt more stable होगा copper sulfate salt के कंपैरिजन में, इसीलिए ये रिएक्शन प्रोसीड ही नहीं कर पाएगी. ये है डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन. और ऐसे आपको बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन मिलेंगे. आपको कभी कभी एग्जाम में पूछ लेगा कि क्या ये रिएक्शन पॉसिबल है. आप देखेंगे अगर आपने रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज याद नहीं करी है, अगर आप नहीं जान पाए कि कॉपर कम रिएक्टिव है आयरन ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है, तो ये रिएक्शन प्रोसीड नहीं कर पाएगी. तो आप गलत आंसर कर देंगे और आप यहाँ पे क्या बना देंगे? Fe की जगह CuSO4 प्लस Fe को अलग कर देंगे. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल बिकॉज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज भी राइट. तो आपको डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन में हमेशा ध्यान देना है कि क्या ये रिएक्शन प्रोसीड कर भी पाएगी, क्या ये जो सॉल्ट है ये इस आयरन से डिस्प्लेस हो भी पाएगा, मतलब इस सॉल्ट का जो मेटल है ये हमारे वाले मेटल से डिस्प्लेस हो भी पाएगा, वॉट एवर इट इज गिवन टू यू. क्या ये रिएक्शन प्रोसीड कर पाएगी? अगर हाँ तो आप आगे रिएक्शन प्रोसीड ऑन कर लेंगे. वो बहुत आसान है, लेकिन आपको पहले आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज. यू नीड टू बाय हार्ट दिस रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज एनी हाउ. इट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? ऑलराइट, सो इट इज ऑल अबाउट द displacement reaction. Now we will proceed on to double displacement reaction. Now we will learn about the double displacement reaction and its example. It is very simple reaction. It is really very easy, that it is just simply exchange of ions. In double displacement reaction we take two salts. Two salts are taken and their ions are just exchanged. Means there is exchange of cations and anions. Means if this is a salt, this is cation and anion, this is another salt, this is cation and anion. So its anion will form bonds with its cation and the rest anion and cation will form another salt. It is very simple. I have explained you earlier also through the help of markers, right? So what happens? Just simple exchange of ions. Like here is an example. what will happen? We have taken sodium sulfate Na₂SO4 plus BaCl₂, barium chloride salt. Sodium sulfate, aqueous solution of sodium sulfate, aqueous solution of barium chloride. Right? So what will happen? See, here is the example of double displacement reaction. We have taken aqueous solution of sodium sulfate salt and barium chloride salt. Now what will happen? This sodium Na plus and chloride Cl2 minus will combine with each other, right? And this SO4 2 minus and Ba2 plus will combine with each other. So this Na2 plus and Cl2 minus will form bond and form a salt, NaCl, sodium chloride salt, and this SO4 2 minus sulfate ion and barium ion, Ba2 plus, will combine and form bond and form a salt, that is barium sulfate salt. As simple, just exchange of ions. So this is all about double displacement reaction. Very important thing in this is that this BaSO4 is obtained in solid state and it will form a white precipitate. What is precipitate? I have already told you, right? Precipitate is solid insoluble part or component of the product in any reaction. So what will happen? We have taken the aqueous solution of sodium sulfate and barium chloride. Now after the double displacement reaction has taken place, exchange of ions has occurred, this sodium chloride is formed and barium, it will remain in aqueous solution only, it will remain dissolved, but this barium sulfate has become insoluble. It is insoluble and it will settle down at the bottom of the vessel like this. It will settle down as precipitate. So this is your BaSO4 solid in solid state, right? And here in the dissolved state we have NaCl, right? So this was the one important thing about this reaction, that BaSO4 will form a precipitate of white color. White precipitate is formed, right? It is white in color.
Science isn't a subject to read, rather it's a subject to live. So here your favorite platform Chariot Tutorial is in front of you, bringing some of the very interesting experiments so that you can learn science in a better way. आज हम कुछ केमिकल रिएक्शंस आपको परफॉर्म करके दिखाएंगे. तो आज हम जो सबसे पहली केमिकल रिएक्शन परफॉर्म करने जा रहे हैं, दैट इज फॉर एसिड बेस रिएक्शन. आई विल शो यू द रिएक्शन ऑफ एसिड बेस न्यूट्रलाइजेशन. सो लेट्स बिगिन. तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम एक बाउल में we will take a bowl, then I will add some water in it. We will take a bowl and then I will add some water in it. Very small amount of water I have taken. Then I am going to add turmeric into it. Means I am first of all making a water and turmeric paste, right? See, I have mixed turmeric into water and made a yellow color solution, right? Now I am going to add some detergent into it. And you will see its color is changed from yellow back to red. From yellow it is changed to red. See, totally its color is changed. You can see it by yourself, right? A red color solution is formed over here. Now, what I am going to do? I am going to add some drops of lemon. Now, lemon is acidic juice. Citric acid is present in lemon. It is a citrus fruit, you know. So acid is present, and you know that detergent or soap solution is what it is. It is basic in nature, right? Now, as soon as I add the lemon juice, this acid, to this base solution, that is a soap solution, neutralization reaction will occur. See, by neutralization reaction, fumes are formed, foam is formed. It means it is a sort of exothermic reaction. And see, the color of the solution is again turned back, or it is reversed back to yellow. You can see it very clearly. See here, I didn't even need to mix it. I mixed it just to make it uniform, but there was no need. It is totally converted into a yellow color solution again. So what happened is, the acid present in the lemon juice actually reacted with the basic nature of the soap solution, right? Now if I will add some more lemon to it, more neutralization will occur. The more and more acid you will add, more and more neutralization occur, and more it will get back converted to its original color, that is yellow. Now why it is being converted again back to yellow color? Because now what is the concept here? It happened because as I added the acid to this basic solution, the neutralization reaction occurred, and both of these neutralized each other. They cancelled each other effect. Thus, the turmeric, as turmeric is a natural indicator, you know very well. So, as soon as the turmeric reacts with a base, it turned red, right? Turmeric is a natural indicator, and it indicates that if it is turning red upon the addition of any solution or any substance, if it is turning red, it shows that that solution is a basic solution. Thus, detergent is a basic solution. That is why it turned the yellow turmeric solution to red. Now, as soon as the neutralization occurs, it means the properties of acid and base are totally neutralized, right? Are neutralized, thus reversing the properties of turmeric to show. So it is the concept here. That is why the solution again turned totally yellow. Now you can see it is turned totally yellow. More and more acid I added a full lemon, squeezed one full lemon, and now it is totally turned back to yellow again. Right? Why? Because now acid has neutralized the basic properties of detergent. That is why turmeric is now not indicating the presence of a base. So as you have learnt about the neutralization reaction through this experiment, I want to tell you that which kind of reaction is this. So it is basically a double displacement reaction. So here you are, and you have learnt and seen a live example, an experiment of double displacement reaction. So how is it a double displacement reaction? Now listen clearly. All the neutralization reaction are always double displacement reaction, because two kind of salts act in this. Actually, there happens the breakdown. Actually, in neutralization reaction, what happens? The breakdown of ions occur and exchange of ion occur in order to make the neutral salt, right? So here you are, you learned a double displacement reaction, as well as you also saw a practical of neutralization reaction. So hope you all have understood well, you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Do connect with us on WhatsApp, where you can book your 3 free demo classes, and you can get so many incredible advantages if you connect with us. So thanks for watching Chariot Tutorial, where knowledge leads the way. Take care, bye-bye.